The old woman queued every day at 8 o'clock to buy coffee, but she never drank it. That day, she grabbed a handful of sugar packets and ran into an office building. She pretended her hands were full and let a nearby woman use her card, tricking her into pressing a floor button. When the elevator doors opened, she took out her phone and pretended to make a call. This is how she sneaked into the law firm. Then she took out a paper with a map of the offices she had prepared earlier. She followed the crowd and slipped into a meeting room. That day's partners meeting was very important. The compensation amount for the case had reached $19 million. At that moment, the old woman smiled and said they could get even more money. The lawyers looked confused. No one recognized her. She was 70 years old but still wanted a new job. It turned out she had found out that the opposing lawyers bought coffee around 8 o'clock every day. They also talked to clients while waiting in line, so she eavesdropped every day. She learned the minimum compensation was $23 million. This became her way into the firm. Coincidentally, the senior partner needed more staff, so she followed an assistant to work on a case. The client was sentenced to prison for murder, but DNA evidence 26 years later proved he was innocent. The police had acted improperly back then, but to get compensation, proof was needed. The police were willing to settle for $200,000, but this did not meet the client's expectations. The old woman felt deep sympathy for the father and daughter. She advised never to settle because she had received a tip. It was said that during the client's detention, a similar case happened. A nightclub woman escaped. The three went to meet an old woman to find clues. The old woman got along with her and learned that the nightclub women had drug problems. She provided information about a drug dealer. The old woman found out which prison held him. The three visited the prison. The old woman pretended to be a close friend of the dealer's mother to gain trust. Soon, the dealer remembered the red-haired woman's name. They quickly met the victim, but to avoid affecting her current life, she did not want to testify. The red-haired woman mentioned a restaurant owner who witnessed everything and drove her to report the case. The old woman contacted the restaurant. The owner was still there. With the witness and a backup of the police report recording, the police admitted deleting the original recording. Finally, the judge ordered the client to be compensated $20 million. The wrongly accused man was cleared, and the old woman got promoted early. However, everything changed the moment she boarded the bus. She rode one stop, then got off. She turned the corner, greeted the driver, and returned to the big estate.